Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo, mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Okengo Matiang'i yesterday met with Jubilee leadership, led by Jeremiah Kioni and former members of parliament. And that meeting has caused huge political storm in the Republic of Kenya. The opposition has exploded. Let me read for you a post by one man, a good friend of mine, who's been one of the key supporters of Fred Matiang'i. This is what he posted. He's called Fuata Nyuki wa Kungu. My eyes are now on Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. I hope he keeps the pace. Just listen. Matiang'i ni kama hataki hii kiti. There is no way you can be hobnobbing with people being paid by NIS to drive a wedge in the opposition and expect to defeat Ruto. That's a very heavy statement right there. Kioni and his side chicks are being paid by Interior to drive a wedge in opposition. Ngunjiri Wambugu is working for DP Kithure Kindiki. He was also paid heftily. He was also paid hefty amount of money by Ruto to shift from Wamunyoro. Currently, he is also being paid by NIS to drive anti-Gachagua narratives. Ati sasa Kioni and Ngunjiri ndio wanapangia Matiang'i kazi. How? Now my hope is on Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And there were several other comments like that. Let me also read for you another comment here by one of my friends, Mutwa Jogo. Colenius Rono, Mutwa Jogo, a fine gentleman. This is what Rono posted. This is what Rono posted yesterday. Dr. Fred Matiang'i will be the new Jubilee Party leader, succeeding former President Uhuru Kenyatta. DCP views Jubilee as a rival party, and therefore Matiang'i will be seen as a traitor to them. Is this the beginning of a divided opposition already? Time will tell. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Matiang'i is clearly going to contest for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya under Jubilee Party. And I think I did a separate comprehensive analysis about that move and why he's making that particular move, despite the fact that the fear is that it's going to be viewed as a project of Uhuru Kenyatta and also it's going to carry Jubilee baggage. But if you look at Matiang'i and the choice of Jubilee, I think that's the best for him. But for Matiang'i to become the president of the Republic of Kenya, he must get the support not only of the mountain, but he should be ideally be fronted by the united opposition. And going by the latest political developments, I doubt if that move is going to help Matiang'i. In this video, I want us to do a critical analysis why probably the opposition is exploding over the move. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the move by Fred Matiang'i to take control of Jubilee Party, and especially the meeting yesterday, has several consequences. Number one, it is going to ignite Uhuru Rigathi war in Mount Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta fell out with President Ruto. That move is going to ignite the silent war between Uhuru Kenyatta and Rigathi Gachagua. When Rigathi Gachagua was being sworn into office as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, before the entire world, he really attacked Uhuru Kenyatta. And we all know that Uhuru Kenyatta had beefs with William Ruto. And William Ruto, being a shrewd politician, knew that for him to succeed in edging Uhuru Kenyatta out of Mount Kenya, he needed strong voices, people who could handle, people who could tame, people who could abuse Uhuru Kenyatta. William Ruto found a man in the name of Rigathi Gachagua. And Rigathi Gachagua really dismantled Uhuru Kenyatta in 2022. Rigathi even went further and attacked the family. Uhuru Kenyatta became very mad, very angry with him. So when Rigathi Gachagua started falling out with Ruto, it was expected that Uhuru Kenyatta was going to side with Rigathi Gachagua. That did not happen. What we witnessed is William Ruto going to Gatundu for some goat-eating mission. Up to date, since Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, or since Rigathi Gachagua became the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya, we've never seen a photo of Rigathi with Uhuru Kenyatta. This is a man who would spend most of his time with Uhuru Kenyatta as his personal assistant. So it means that beef is there. And Uhuru Kenyatta is waiting for the revenge. That is now being shifted to Matiangi. Rigathi Gachagua and his team will view Matiangi as another Uhuru Kenyatta. And that's going to cause serious mistrust in the opposition. That's number one. Number two, DCP feels very strongly that Fred Matiangi has betrayed them. Why do they feel so? They feel strongly like that because two individuals were in that meeting. Maybe there were also others which you don't know, but two known Rigathi Gachagua's attackers, Rigathi Gachagua's enemies. That is, Wambugu Ngujiri and Jeremiah Kioni were part of that meeting. I want to assure you, or let me not assure you, can you explain to me how, for example, tomorrow, Matiangi will go to a meeting accompanied with Wambugu and Kioni in a meeting where one of the people attending is none other than Rigathi Gachagua. The thing is, Rigathi Gachagua has his weaknesses, but he has invested heavily in intelligence. When he kicked Wambugu out of his camp, he knew why he did that. Now he kicked Wambugu out of his camp, then Fred Matiang'i now takes Wambugu Ngujiri to his side. It doesn't work like that in politics. It doesn't. So in my view, what Matiang'i ought to have done was to deal with Wambugu, for example, at some distance. Kioni has even refused to attend meetings of United Opposition where Gachagua is. Number three, there is now the fear of infiltration. Ladies and gentlemen, there are certain things I say here like jokes. You'll agree with me. The other day, I challenged you here. The work of Cleophas Malala in Rigathi Gachagua's camp. Because you can't convince me that Malala is not William Ruto's person planted in that camp. If you can convince me that, then convince me how William Ruto ended up firing Malala. Convince me. And also convince me that there's no way William Ruto could have reached out to Malala and made some agreements. The truth is, Malala is an agent planted in Rigathi Gachagua's camp. That one over there. Another person being planted in Fred Matiang'i's camp is Wambugu Ngujiri. Is Wambugu Ngujiri. Just like Fatanyuki pointed out, Wambugu has been praising Kithure Kindiki. unless Matiangi plans to work with the government. Because I've also talked to people within government, and they're telling me that Matiangi will be part of them. So unless that's a plan for Matiangi. So that fear of infiltration is actually real. For Kioni, I don't want to think that he's being used. No, for him, he's not being used. Kioni is not being used. Kioni is just an extension of Uhuru Kenyatta. So Kioni understands the feeling of Uhuru Kenyatta towards Rigathi Gachagua. And that's why for him it's like that. But for Wambugu, I highly suspect he is an agent. Number 4, and this is why the opposition is exploding. The fear of falling for William Ruto's trap. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto understands one thing, that there is no way he can defeat a united opposition. No way. If the opposition were to unite today, William Ruto will go home. So there's no way he's going to allow that unity to happen. The people who made that move or that decision on behalf of Matiangi, I can guarantee you, made that decision after being influenced by NIS. Unless Matiangi wants is like that, then he can take control of Jubilee. Once he takes control of Jubilee, then he can kick out people like Jeremiah Kioni. And lastly, the most important voting bloc in 2027, the mountain. There's going to be serious scramble for Mount Kenya voting bloc. Who is going to win it? And because they'll be competing, they might actually end up splitting it. I don't know what you think. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.